Gaming chairs. Why do you want one? Well, they do look cool. The bucket seat gaming chairs, I admit, they look fantastic, but really are they all that good? Most bucket seat chairs are from the same manufacturer, have terrible ergonomics, don't fit well, don't last very well, cause you to sweat a lot. They're just terrible chairs all in all, but the reason why they sell a ton of them is because of their style, how they look, the fact that your favorite YouTuber is using one. But realistically, they aren't that great. I've seen gaming chairs that the padding is flattened after a year or two, they creak. And honestly, the people that I know that have bought them have been very disappointed with their purchase. Gamers Nexus summed it up perfectly in a Reddit post. Most of these gaming chairs are boring, lack innovation, and fail to offer basic things you appreciate when sat in a chair for hours, like decent armrests. So what's the solution? Well, I think Staples has a pretty good solution to this. Their Hyken Technical Mesh chair is one that I've used for years, and I've bought another one for my wife. So I'll be unboxing, assembling and reviewing that for you guys today. For only $150, I think this is a fantastic option, and I'll go through why in a bit. But link in the description below if you want to check it out. But James, I really want a gaming chair. Well, before I get into the video, let me show you how to make your office chair, like this Hyken Technical Mesh chair, a gaming chair for free, the same way the manufacturers make gaming products. I'll show you now. Get the box for the product and a marker. This is really important. Either here or here, do the following. Just write gaming on it. Now it's a gaming chair. You're welcome. Onto the review and assembly. The chair's dimensions are 45.3 to 49.8 inches tall, 27.2 inches wide, and 27.3 inches deep. Fitting butt sizes of up to 19.3 inches wide and 16.5 inches deep, and back sizes of 16.2 inches wide and 23.2 inches high, with a supported weight of 275 pounds and a 7-year manufacturer warranty. This chair features a mesh design in red, black and charcoal that supports your head, back and butt perfectly, as the mesh provides a slight give when you sit in it, while also allowing your body to breathe during long gaming or work sessions. The Hyken chair has all of the features and adjustments you would expect, and some more. The seat height adjusts from 16.2 inches to 20.7 inches off the floor using the lever on the right. Has integrated lumbar support that can be adjusted to suit you. This is one of the main reasons why I love this chair, as it provides great support for my back. The wheels are pretty basic and work fine on carpets and wood flooring. Neither armrests rotate, but they can be raised and lowered independently with the press of a button, allowing you to fine-tune the height to your desk with about ½ inch or 125mm increments. The armrests can also be left off altogether if you prefer. The arms sport a hard cushion material, which I personally prefer over a softer cushion. You can tilt the seat back to a pretty dramatic angle, as you would expect, and using the lever on the left you can lock the angle at 3 different levels: fully upright, 50% of tilt and 100% of tilt. One reclining feature I really appreciate is if you unlock the recline while you are sat forward, the chair doesn't spring into action and smack you in the back. It has a safety mechanism that requires you to put pressure on the backrest to unlock it. That's very well thought out. The tilt tension can be adjusted using the big knob underneath the chair. The headrest can also be adjusted in 2 different ways: height and tilt. It's worth noting that if you're like me, about 6 feet tall, this headrest is going to be too short for you no matter how you adjust it. As you can see, it rests on my shoulders instead of my head. I would say if you're about 5'10" or below, you're probably fine, but you might need to modify another headrest if you're taller. This is what I've done on my personal chair. I bought a headrest off Amazon, got some long bolts and spacers to compensate for the curve, and now this chair is perfect for taller people too. However, I won't need to do that on this chair as my wife is 5'4" and the headrest fits her perfectly. So what I'll do now is take you through the assembly process before I give you my final thoughts. Let's run through the unbox and assembly of the Hyken chair. I would give the packaging a solid C-, as everything is individually wrapped, though the packaging is torn in a lot of pieces, and the empty space is filled with what seems to be whatever bits of cardboard were lying around. These are all the pieces in the box, and through the power of editing, here's a better look at what you get. Honestly, the instructions are so simple and the imagery in the manual is so clear, this is definitely one of the easiest assemblies I've done. Solid A+ for this. Start with putting the wheels on the base, then the height adjust hydraulic into the base with the nipple facing upward. The 3 plastic cylinders go small one into the medium one and then through the big one to give you a fun floppy protector for the hydraulic. We can now move this to one side for a second and assemble the chair unit. Grab the butt bit, the armrest and the yellow bolts labelled step 2. Pay close attention here, here and here, and make sure you're putting the correct arm on the correct side, marked L and R facing the front. Screw these in with the included Allen key. Next up, we attach the control unit to the underside with the blue bolts labelled step 3. I like to screw everything in a star pattern, just a habit from building computers. Then we attach the backrest to the control unit using the green bolts labelled step 4. Now we can place the assembled chair onto the base that we put together earlier. There we go, looking good. Lastly, if you're attaching the headrest, we can screw this into place using the yellow bolts labelled step 5. And that's the chair fully assembled. It seems to be Wi-Fi proofed. Conclusion time. I do want to highlight that chair support and comfort are both very subjective. What works for me might not necessarily work for you. However, with that said, this chair has over 5,000 reviews on the Staple website and it's 4.5 stars, so it is pretty well universally loved. And everybody that I know that has used this chair has personally loved it too. Not to mention that you can get this chair on Amazon as Staples for typically less than $150 depending on the deal, which happens very frequently. And I think for the price, it makes it very difficult to beat this chair in terms of features, comfort and support. And if the headrest height issue doesn't apply to you, or you're like me and you're willing to fashion something custom to make it work, like this unit, then honestly, it's a great option. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Products and social in the description. Comment, like, sub, share, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.